The valley where time sleeps. Far beyond the tallest mountains and deepest oceans, there lay a valley untouched by maps. It stretched endlessly, cradled by mist and light, where the air felt heavier, as if it carried the weight of something unseen. In this valley, time did not move the way it did elsewhere. The sun hovered low, caught between the rise of morning and the fall of dusk, and shadows stretched long across the hills. Birds flew in patterns that never quite ended, and the wind carried echoes that felt both old and new. The valley was not empty. Trees lined the rolling hills, their leaves golden, as if autumn had arrived and decided never to leave. Rivers curved in slow, deliberate loops that shimmered under a sky that seemed to pause, waiting for something. Here, the past and the future brushed against the present like leaves overlapping on a still pond. Trees lined the rolling hills, their leaves golden as if autumn had arrived and decided never to leave. Rivers curved in slow, deliberate loops that shimmered under a sky that seemed to pause, waiting for something. Here the past and the future brushed against the present like leaves overlapping on a still pond. At the heart of the valley ran a river, but not of water. It was a stream of light, flowing gently between the hills, bending around clusters of wildflowers and smooth stones. The river held no reflection. Instead, if one looked closely, they would see faint ripples, moments that had passed and those yet to come, floating together in an endless current. The trees leaned over the river, their roots drinking not from the earth, but from the flow of moments that passed beneath them. In the stillness, petals would fall and hover mid-air, neither drifting to the ground nor rising. The river was calm, but it was full of memories, possibilities, and glimpses of what had been and what could be. In this valley, no moment ever truly vanished. The trees in the valley were ancient, their bark lined with stories etched by time. They whispered to one another in soft rustles, and when the wind passed through, it carried pieces of those conversations beyond the valley's edge. The trees understood something few could, that the present was not alone. Their roots sank deep into the earth, anchoring them in the past, while their branches stretched upward, brushing against the edges of the future, and yet they remained perfectly still in the now. The trees did not chase time. They allowed it to fold around them like sunlight passing through leaves, knowing that each moment, whether remembered or waiting, was always near. Scattered across the valley were smooth, rounded stones that seemed unremarkable at first glance. But if the light hit them just right, faint patterns shimmered across their surface, marks of moments left behind. A stone near the river carried the imprint of rain that had not yet fallen. Another stone, half buried beneath moss, held the shape of footsteps that had walked through the valley long ago. The stones did not speak, but they remembered. In their silence they reminded the valley that everything left a mark, that even the softest touch, the quietest step, lingered long after it had passed. The valley in turn held these echoes gently, as if to say, nothing is truly gone. At the farthest edge of the valley stood a great circle of stones, older than the trees and river combined. They formed a ring that glowed faintly under the moonlight, casting long shadows that stretched toward the horizon. The circle was not a gate but a mirror. If one stood within it, they would see the valley not as it was, but as it had been and as it would be. In the stillness, the valley revealed its secret. The past, the present, and the future were not separate threads. They were woven together, a tapestry where each stitch held the next in place. What had been still was. What had not yet come already waited. Time, the valley whispered, was not something to chase or escape. It was a companion, one that walked beside everything, always present, always near. As the sun dipped closer to the horizon, the valley did not change. It remained still, holding every moment softly, like a lantern cupped in careful hands. As you lie in your bed tonight, think of the valley where time sleeps. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and imagine the quiet river of moments flowing gently beneath the trees. Feel the stillness of the stones that remember, and know that every step you have taken, every hope you carry for tomorrow exists, woven into the fabric of now. Rest easy, knowing that nothing is ever truly lost and everything you need is already with you.